Imagine having like 4 different musical conductors living inside your walls, perfectly tuning the acoustics of your tiled kitchen and your carpeted bedroom at the exact same time.
Which would be quite the party.
Right. Well, today we're looking at the hardware that actually makes that happen. Welcome to this deep dive. Our mission today is to unpack a really serious piece of equipment for you, the AudioSource AD508 65-watt, 8-channel, 4-zone digital power amplifier.
It's quite a mouthful, but yeah.
It is, but we're going to distill these technical product pages to figure out exactly how this gear bridges the gap between commercial-grade power and, well, total customized environmental control.
Which is honestly a fascinating leap to make. I mean, if you're used to standard consumer-grade audio, the sheer scale of this equipment completely changes the way you think about sound in a space.
So let's get right into the engine room. This heavy-duty amp features 8 independent channels, and they are pushing out 65 watts of power each.
Exactly, giving you 4 completely distinct stereo zones.
4 zones. Okay, so looking at the specs, 65 watts per channel sounds great on paper, but I know raw wattage usually comes at the cost of muddy sound when you really, crank it up. So how does this thing keep the audio from just turning into noise?
Well, that's where we look past the raw wattage to the cleanliness of the signal. The key metric here is total harmonic distortion, or THD.
Okay.
This amp boasts a THD of under 0.2%. So even when you are driving the volume super hard, the audio remains completely pristine.
Wow, under 0.2%.
Yeah, it completely avoids that terrible distortion you get from cheaper consumer amplifiers.
Okay, let's unpack this for a second. It's almost like water pressure. Pushing a massive amount of water through a pipe is easy enough, but keeping that water crystal clear and perfectly filtered while it's blasting at maximum pressure, that's the actual challenge.
I love that analogy. It's exactly right.
So that under 0.2% THD is essentially our water filter here.
That's spot on. And to keep that water, so to speak, flowing perfectly for each specific environment, the amp features independent rear-mounted level, bass, and treble controls for every single zone.
Oh, directly on the back of the unit.
Right. Because a tiled kitchen bounces sound completely differently than a plush, carpeted bedroom. You need that granular control.
Which means pushing that much clean power through different acoustic environments creates some serious physical demands on the hardware.
Oh, absolutely.
Like if a standard plug-and-play speaker wire slips out of the back of this thing while it's pushing all that wattage, you've got a real problem.
Yeah.
Which I guess explains why they ditched normal spring clips for what are called Phoenix-style speaker connectors.
Yes, the Phoenix connectors.
Though I have to push back a little here. Looking at the hardware, those connectors seem incredibly complicated. I mean, it feels a bit intimidating for a home setup.
They can definitely look intimidating compared to basic spring clips, but it's entirely about reliability.
How so?
Well, Phoenix connectors allow you to strip the wire, insert it, and screw it down tight into a removable block. When you're dealing with a permanent custom installation inside a professional rack, and keep in mind, this thing weighs a solid 16 pounds, that hardwired connection is highly secure.
Right.
You basically won't accidentally yank a wire out while you're adjusting something else.
So you aren't just plugging it in, you were essentially bolting it down. You set it, screw it in, and ideally never have to mess with the back panel again.
Precisely. And speaking of stepping away and letting it run, the AD508 features signal sensing power on.
Which is important because looking here, this amp has a massive maximum power consumption of 1,200 watts.
Yeah, 1,200 watts is huge.
You definitely do not want that running full tilt 24/7, just waiting for someone to press play. Your electric bill would be terrifying.
Which is exactly why the amp smartly wakes itself up only when it detects an audio signal and then just goes back to sleep when the music stops.
That's so practical.
It really is a non-negotiable energy management feature when you're dealing with pro-grade gear.
Now, when you're hardwiring a 16-pound beast into a professional rack, the last thing you want is to be ripping it out a year later because something failed. This isn't just buying a box, it's buying long-term infrastructure.
For sure.
The product page we're analyzing is from HDTVSupply, and at around $900, this is a serious investment.
It is, and that's why the vendor's context is so important here. HDTVSupply has actually been in the AV space for 25 years.
Wow, 25 years.
Yeah, and with over 10,000 positive reviews praising fast shipping, they are very established. Plus, they include free U.S. shipping and a 2-year warranty that you can easily upgrade to 3 years for about $108.
That's a solid backup plan.
But if you look at their massive catalog, This single amp sits alongside heavy-duty professional AV routing gear, like their Wolfpack Matrix switchers.
Right, the big commercial stuff.
Exactly. It tells you the 8508 is designed to integrate seamlessly into a much larger, complex, and permanent AV ecosystem.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener? I think it really highlights the massive leap from basic consumer audio to a professional, customized, multi-zone environment.
It really does.
It's the transition from merely hearing sound to actually architecting it.
Architecting sound, I like that. That perfectly captures the level of control this hardware gives you.
We'll leave you with this to chew on. If you had the power to instantly route 4 completely different high-fidelity sonic atmospheres to 4 different rooms in your life right now, what would those environments sound like?